The American flag was designed by a student. High school student Robert G. Heft created the design as a project in 1958, which was later adopted. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France. It was given to the United States in 1886. To celebrate the 100th anniversary of American independence, Alaska was purchased from Russia. The U.S. bought it in 1867 for $7.2 million. Hollywood's name comes from a legendary hotel. The Hollywood Hotel gave the area its name. New York City has more pizzerias than any other city. There are over 1,500 pizzerias in NYC. The United States is the world's largest producer of corn. It produces over 40% of the world's corn. Disney World in Florida is larger than the city of San Francisco. It covers 43 square miles. The national bird of the United States could have been a turkey. Benjamin Franklin proposed the turkey, but the bald eagle was chosen instead. The first McDonald's opened in California. It was established in San Bernardino in 1940. New York's Central Park is larger than the Principality of Monaco. It covers about 843 acres. Yellowstone National Park is the world's first national park. It was established in 1872. Casinos in Las Vegas do not have windows. This design keeps gamblers from being aware of time. The Willis Tower in Chicago was once called the Sears Tower. It was completed in 1973 and renamed in 2012. There are commonly believed to be 51 states in the U.S. In fact, there are only 50 states. The Grand Canyon is about 270 million years old. It contains some of the oldest rock formations on Earth. Alaska is the northernmost, easternmost, and westernmost state in the U.S. The Aleutian Islands cross the 180th meridian. The U.S. national anthem's melody is based on a drinking song. It comes from an 18th century British drinking song. Seattle is known as the Emerald City. It was named for its lush greenery. Rhode Island is the smallest state in the U.S. It covers about 1,212 square miles. Hawaii was once an independent kingdom. It was annexed by the United States in 1898. New York State has over 500 hamburger joints, especially concentrated in New York City. The Mississippi River is about 2,340 miles long. It is the second longest river in the U.S. Hawaii produces 1/3 of the world's pineapples, known for its extensive pineapple production. Disney World in Florida has underground tunnels. They allow cast members to move around the park unseen. The White House has 132 rooms. It serves as the residence and office of the U.S. President. Texas is the second largest state in the U.S. It is second only to Alaska in size. California is the most populous state in the U.S., home to about 39 million people. Louisiana was purchased from France. The Louisiana Purchase happened in 1803 for $15 million. Kansas is prone to tornadoes. It is part of Tornado Alley. Detroit is the birthplace of the American automobile industry. Henry Ford began mass production there. Maine is known for its blueberry production. It produces 95% of the country's blueberries. Kentucky bourbon whiskey is defined by law. It must contain at least 51% corn. Rhode Island has the shortest state constitution. It has only 197 words. Hawaii is the rainiest state in the U.S. It has the highest average annual rainfall. Arizona's saguaro cacti are protected. It is illegal to cut them down. Michigan is called the Great Lakes State. It is surrounded by the Great Lakes. New Mexico is the only state with an official state question. The question is red or green? Referring to chilies. Vermont is famous for its maple syrup production. It produces most of the U.S. maple syrup. Wall Street in New York gets its name from a Dutch defensive wall. It was named after a wall built by Dutch settlers. Nashville, Tennessee, is known as Music City. It is the center of the country music industry. The first capital of the U.S. was Philadelphia. It served as the capital from 1790 to 1800. Iowa is called the Heartland. It is geographically in the center of the U.S. Massachusetts established the first public school in the U.S. It was founded in Boston in 1635. Washington State is the birthplace of Starbucks. The first store opened in Seattle in 1971. Denver, Colorado, is known as the Mile High City. It is located 1 mile about 1,600 meters above sea level. San Francisco, California, is famous for the Golden Gate Bridge. It is an iconic landmark recognized worldwide. Las Vegas, Nevada, is located in the desert. Known for being a major city in a desert area, Oregon is one of the only states where self-service gasoline is banned. It is illegal to pump your own gas. Halloween in the U.S. has an economic impact of over $6 billion annually. It is a major holiday for consumer spending. The U.S. has 10 federal holidays, includes New Year's Day, Independence Day, and Christmas. The northernmost point in the U.S. is Barrow. It is a town in Alaska. New Orleans, Louisiana, is famous for Mardi Gras. The celebration is the climax of the carnival season. Washington, D.C. is a federal district, not a state. It serves as the capital and is independent of any state. The highest peak in the U.S. is Denali, formerly Mount McKinley, located in Alaska. It stands at 6,190 meters, 20,310 feet. Independence Day in the U.S. is celebrated on July 4th. It marks the adoption of the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Death Valley, California, is one of the hottest places on Earth. It has recorded temperatures of 56.7 C134F. Jackson, Mississippi, is the birthplace of blues music. It is a central part of American blues culture. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, is home to the Liberty Bell, a symbol of American independence. The Great Salt Lake in Utah has a very high salt concentration. It has about 8 times the salinity of ocean water. Oklahoma is one of the states with the most earthquakes in the U.S. Many are attributed to human activities. Portland, Oregon, is known as the City of Roses. It has many rose gardens. Mount Rushmore in South Dakota features the faces of 4 U.S. presidents. Washington, Jefferson, Roosevelt, and Lincoln are carved into the mountain. There are 63 national parks in the United States. The most recent is White Sands National Park in New Mexico. Miami, Florida, is famous for its cruise ship ports. It is one of the world's busiest cruise ship ports. The U.S. has the longest trailway network in the world. It spans about 250,000 kilometers, 155,000 miles. Baltimore, Maryland, is known as Charm City. It is a charming port town. Hot Springs, Arkansas, has national hot springs. It is a designated national park. Flagstaff, Arizona, is an astronomy hub. It is home to the Lowell Observatory. Minnesota has over 10,000 lakes, known as the Land of 10,000 Lakes. Indianapolis, Indiana, is famous for the Indy 500 race. It hosts a world-renowned car race annually. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, is known for its beer production. It has many breweries. Montana is known as Big Sky Country. It is famous for its expansive skies and natural beauty. Cincinnati, Ohio, is known as the Queen City, named as the Queen of the Ohio River. Louisville, Kentucky, is home to the Kentucky Derby, a famous horse racing event held annually. Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, is where the Wright brothers made their first flight. The first flight was achieved in 1903. Williamsburg, Virginia, is a colonial-era reenactment city. It preserves historic architecture and reenacts colonial life. New Haven, Connecticut, is home to Yale University, one of the most prestigious universities in the U.S. Idaho is famous for its potato production. It is a major potato producing state. Rhode Island is home to the oldest synagogue in the U.S., built in 1763. Lincoln, Nebraska, is the only state capital named after a person, named after Abraham Lincoln. California has the most national forests of any state. There are 18 national forests in California. Juneau, Alaska, is the only state capital not accessible by road. It can only be reached by plane or boat. Cape Canaveral, Florida, is the center of the U.S. space program. Many rockets are launched from here. Acadia National Park in Maine is the easternmost national park in the U.S. It is located along the Atlantic coast. The Statue of Liberty in New York City was designed by the same person as the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Gustave Eiffel contributed to its design. Biloxi, Mississippi, is one of the oldest European settlements in the U.S., established in 1699. Monument Valley in Utah is famous as a movie location. Iconic landscapes for Western films. Area 51 in Nevada is famous for UFO sightings. It is known as a secretive military base. Crater Lake in Oregon is the deepest lake in the U.S. It has a depth of about 1,943 feet 592 meters. Branson, Missouri, is known for its country music shows. Called the live entertainment capital of the world, there are hidden symbols on the U.S. $1 bill includes Freemason symbols. Santa Fe, New Mexico, is the highest state capital in the U.S. It has an elevation of about 7,199 feet 2,194 meters. Houston, Texas, is home to NASA's Mission Control Center. It also houses the Astronaut Training Center. The Great Lakes hold about 21% of the world's fresh water. These 5 lakes are a major freshwater resource. Charlottesville, Virginia, is the home of Thomas Jefferson. Monticello was his residence. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park has one of the world's most active volcanoes. Kilauea volcano is located there. Napa Valley, California, is famous for its wine production. It is a world-renowned wine region. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, means red stick in French. Named after a red pole found by explorers. Salem, Massachusetts, is famous for its witch trials. The trials took place in 1692. The Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., is a symbol of freedom and equality in the U.S. It honors the legacy of Abraham Lee,